Hi guys, welcome back to Trade Manza's weekly educational video where we bring to you some interesting business news or some interesting stock market news every week. In this week's video, we'll be talking about the business model of India's hottest retail corporation, DMart, which is owned by Avenue Supermarts Limited. One must not open any retail store within a 1 kilometer radius of a DMart store. This has become a common consensus among other retailers in India to avoid any sort of competition with DMart. DMart has a very unique business model which allows it to outperform competition very easily, thus driving away potential competitors and keeping them scared. Haven't you ever wondered when you walked into a DMart store how the store is always so full or how they're able to give you such good discounts? If you want to find out, stay tuned into this video. But before we get into this, please subscribe to our channel and turn on notifications as we post interesting business and stock market videos almost daily. DMart has been growing at an exceptional rate ever since its inception in 2002. The company was founded by Radhakrishnan Damani, one of India's biggest stock market investors, who started it with just two stores in Maharashtra. Now, almost 20 years later, the company has more than 220 stores all over India. Although they are a bit more dominant in southern India and don't have that much market share in the north, they are slowly trying to break into the north as well, where the higher income group mostly resides. From the images in this slide, we can see how explosive DMart's growth has been. In two stores in 2002 to around 50 stores in 2012, the company now boasts more than 220 stores. One of the main reasons for DMart's success has been that they have been able to focus on the latest trends. They are focusing on the latest trend, that is online grocery delivery, and they have been opening up more than 225 DMart ready stores, which sort of act like Amazon fulfillment centers. How these work is that customers can go to DMart's website and they can place an order for the things to be directly delivered to their house, or after placing the order, they can go and pick it up from the DMart ready point whenever it is convenient for them. While DMart still lacks a little bit in the number of stores it owns, it is still more profitable than the other retailers such as Reliance and Future Group in terms of its bottom line. The company posts a better operating margin and a better net profit margin than both of these groups. Their main growth is mainly driven by food and grocery sales, as visible in the pie chart below. So, what has been some of the main key factors for their success? The first and most important factor is product mix. DMart's product mix, as mentioned below, focuses only a few specific things. This allows them to sell their products consistently. What does this mean? Well, let's talk about the other retail chains. Other retail chains also sell electronics, jewelry, sometimes even branded apparel. However, these items are very seasonal. Electronics don't sell as consistently throughout the year. So, the items which DMart sells are the ones which are in demand always, helping them keep consistent sale throughout the entire year. By avoiding expensive items such as electronics, jewelry, or branded apparel, they also ensure that all of their inventory is sold out to a lower or middle income public, which is still the majority of this country's population and the driving source for the volume growth. DMart also believes strongly in cultural diversity, and they have tailored their shelf product to the ones which are in demand in each state by collaborating and cooperating with the state's local suppliers. This has helped DMart ensure that they are able to give all of their customers exactly what they need so their products sell out very easily. Another very important factor which allows DMart to keep its healthy bottom line is its store ownership model. DMart decided to adopt one thing from the Walmart business model, that is to own the stores it operates so it does not have a lot of rental expenses. This reduces the growth of new stores by a little bit because the company will only buy an entire new store when they are financially stable, but it barely makes sure that they don't have any expenses and helps them have highly positive cash flow. 90% of the stores by DMart are owned, whereas the rest are taken on a 30-year lease. This is sort of a good thing for investors because this means that if the company is buying a new store, the company is in a very good place financially instead of just buying a store on loan or taking it on rent. This allows them to avoid expensive rent in places like malls as well. DMart chooses its store location very strategically, avoiding malls which have high rent and opening their stores in suburban areas of cities or either the populated areas of tier 2 and tier 3 cities where the middle and lower income class will come to their store and drive majority of their volume growth. The size of the land to be bought and the size of the store to be built is decided based on the target city's population density. Another thing which one might notice about DMart is that their stores are very simple and minimalistic, which saves even more money for the DMart and helps them have a better bottom line than their competitors. As good as all of these other things are, the one factor which is the most key factor for DMart's success is DMart's relationship with its suppliers. The deals which DMart has with most of its suppliers is what allows it to achieve such large scale profitability while also offering such huge and impressive discounts. How does this work, you might be wondering? Well, most other retailers like Reliance or the Future Group work on something called a 60-day credit line. What this means is that these retailers buy products from a supplier and then they have to pay the supplier back 60 days later. Of course, on this 60 days, they are charged interest as well. So sometimes they end up paying a higher cost than what they bought the product for. DMart, on the other hand, has a credit cycle of just 10 to 15 days where it pays off its suppliers within 2 weeks of buying products from them. This helps save them interest expense and also allows them to maintain good relationship with the suppliers. And the suppliers in turn can give them discounts because of the massive bulk volume they buy products in. If you see the DMart stores, because they're very minimalistic and they have a lot of space, DMart is always able to hold on to a lot of inventory. Due to this ability to hold on to huge inventory, DMart buys in extremely bulk sizes, which allows them to get discounts from their suppliers. These massive discounts from suppliers are what helps DMart pass 5%, 6%, sometimes even up to 10% off MRP onto the customers, which in turn attracts even more customers. Another very unique thing about DMart is that since they buy products straight from the manufacturers, they charge the company a slotting fees. How this works is basically, let's suppose that if DMart is buying some biscuits from Hindustan Unilever, Hindustan Unilever will be paying DMart to keep those biscuits on their store shelf, which will be another source of income for DMart. These are some of the key factors for DMart's success. All in all, their ownership of retail space, their quick inventory turnover, their low operating costs, the fact that they give products directly to consumers, a limited product category, their bulk purchases, and very less spending on advertisements. These are all key components of DMart's success and what has allowed the company to grow so successfully in India. So, guys, that's it for the week. Stay tuned every day for more.